Today I want to talk about the great perfection of silent awareness. The great perfection of silent awareness. So we can go deep today. But first, let's find what it is to be silent. So I ask you to go in and find that silent place. It's the stillness where everything arises. Sounds are there. Clear seeing is there. Of colors and movement. Looking with soft eyes. Aware of everything that arises in you, in your awareness, in your consciousness. Today we're going to explore that deeper and deeper and deeper. More clear, more precise, more gentle, more loving. Exactly. You notice already the great perfection of silent awareness. Let's be still. Alive and still. All the great teachings end mostly in the last chapter of a book. Or the central theme of a talk. To go to this place. Be still and everything will evolve from that. Seek the kingdom of heaven first, Jesus said, and everything will be given to you. And that's silent awareness. Find it right now, right now. It's not difficult. Everybody can do that. Be still. Notice what is there. feelings in your body. exactly as they are. More is not needed. And you can make it to a praxis. Am I still on this moment? Am I aware of what is? And one of the beautiful things is that you can realize everything what is ever said, every wisdom, every aspect of all the great teachings, you can realize it for yourself. You can experience it. Experience is realization. It goes beyond understanding. Understanding is only possible when you find the experience. So that is what we are gonna explore today. And all the depths. It's so lovely to just be with what is. You can find the great perfection in that. Perfection is possible. It's right here. Be still and you find it. You realize it. It goes beyond understanding. In thoughts, it is difficult to find perfection. You're always too tall, too thin, too thick, too ugly. The world is in crisis, so where's the perfection? Yeah, it is there. Right under your nose. But first, you have to be still and realize what is. And then your thoughts can describe the perfection of everything. The perfection of your pain. The perfection of your stress, your your conflicts. It is difficult to find them with your mind. I mean the perfection of that. The problems are very easy to find. They jump up you. Yeah. You can't get rid of it. But to feel the perfection of that is also easy when you are still. Still feeling of the stress is like a hug, a big hug to your pain. And it can't long stay there when you hug your pain. When you kiss your pain. I use words like hugging and kissing, but it's not the acts, it is not the doing, it's not what the words suggest. It's just being still and feel exactly how it is. And that's a tender embracing of your pain. It's easy to find, now on this moment. But remember when you are in stress. It's a loud scream, every pain. Wake up, be still. Listen to it. Be gentle. Care for yourself. But in this moment, most people aren't feeling pain. They just have the courage to listen to this talk, and hopefully you go in. The sound of my voice is in you. It's your hearing. It's your experience. It's your realization. Is this present moment not perfect? Only thoughts can disagree with it. And that's fine too. Just a thought, and it's gone. So in every still, silent moment, you can find the perfection. You can feel life exactly as it is. exactly as it is, your life, you are that. You are life. Eh? You are life. Not as a theory, but as a realization. Experience now. Be still and find the perfection of yourself and everything. There's no division between you and everything. In this moment, what's now arising, that's everything. Your world, your life. When I look at the television, the news, I see people helping each other, caring for each other, screaming for help. And a lot of people are busy helping. Sometimes in very stupid ways to throw bombs. But yeah, they are trying to help. And make more disasters. So that has to come to an end. It's the scream for right and enlightened action. Wake up, be still, and see the perfection of everything. In many of my talks, today the first time in English language, I'm Dutch from the Netherlands, but in most of my talks I talk about the oneness of consciousness and form. I can't skip that today. A little bit of it. In theory, you can argue with it. Let's skip that. Go directly to experience and realization. Are you conscious? Yes. How do you know? There is a form, something arises, form is something arises in consciousness. So how do you know you are aware? There are a lot of forms you are aware of. can't find something else than something to be aware of. Try it. Find a consciousness without form. Totally empty. So silent and still that there is nothing in your awareness. Try it. No thoughts. Perhaps no feelings in your body. In the deep sleep at night, there is no feeling of a body. No thoughts. But there is a being there. You know, you are. I am. I am. That's the only form what remains in consciousness when you are deeply, 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 deeply still. But it's a form. It's something arising in consciousness, in awareness. So, I say again and again, consciousness and form are one. You can't separate the two. A separate consciousness doesn't exist. Separate forms aren't existing too. It's a union. They are one. And you can find that directly in your experience. That's the... Trust that. Trust that. You are right. You are right. You can find it in your experience. And that's your realization. So that's the part of consciousness. Let's try to find if a form exists without consciousness. It's the same process. You can see perhaps the chair chair where you're sitting on, that chair exists outside of consciousness. That's what most people believe, isn't it? Huh? Yeah. I've lost so many beliefs. Why? I don't go over to another belief. No. I find the reality in experience. What is more true than what you feel and what you hear and what you see and what you smell and what you know? And knowing is a form too, arising in consciousness, in awareness. What is more true? Find out for yourself. If you find something, perhaps, or sure, it will be sure an idea. The chair exists outside of consciousness is a thought. The chair existing in consciousness is a thought too. And then you can go to your own experience. The chair is there fully, not as a chair, but as a feeling, a color, a knowing. That's the knowing of a chair is arising when you look at it. And how is that knowing built up? That's interesting too. All your past experience of chairs, attributing to the arising of your chair. Your chair is different as my chair. I have a lot more experience with the chair I'm sitting on than you. I have the feeling of it too, you only the seeing. So there are different arising in the now. Every moment, whatever happens, whatever you experience the totality. The people who have this chair made and sold. Everything is connected and is shining through in your experience right now. And if you truly aware of what is, it gets very quiet and lovely. And you enter the great perfection of life, of yourself. Every moment new and fresh. So understanding comes from experience, and you can find every answer to every question in yourself. So realization is experience. And when you integrate that stillness in your life, you get more liberated. It starts with the realization of silent awareness. Let's look a little bit deeper what that mean. Yeah? In silent awareness, you can notice there is no time. It's always now. It's easy to find, eh? The present moment, now. And what most people don't understand is that the whole past is present in the now. Where does it go, everything? Something is there, and then it's gone. Where does it go? Blowing from the winds? Ooh. it's gone. There's a new sound of the wind. The old sound is connected with the new sound. There's a knowing, a memory. I have from the sound before. So the sound I first heard, difficult word for me. The first sounds, the first noise, I can remember that. So there's a lot I can remember out of my life. Everything in life tribute to the next thing arising. What you eat makes your body today. So the past exists, present in the now. And thanks God I don't experience everything. Just a small part. But in that small part you can find everything. How's the future being made? The building blocks are the past and the present are making the future. It's simple. So the future is as a possibility also present in the now. And there are too many influences to see it with certainty. It's always a guess. No time, just now. That is your experience. And the now is infinite. Infinite and eternal. Beautiful words, but go within and find that. The now is ever present. And you find that in silent awareness. You live in that. That's realization. And then you can relax, be at ease. It feels fulfilling. It is fulfilling. Yeah. These are all aspects of absolute reality. Another beautiful term, absolute reality. The absolute, what is that? It's the truth. It's real. Exactly what you're experiencing now. That's true. That's real. Find something what is more real than your experience now. The unity of consciousness and form. That's it. Absolute reality. When you are still and silent, there's no space. What the hell is that? No space. It's simple, and your experience is it is simple. It's easy to find because you are in everything. Look around. Are you there? Is your consciousness in union with what you see? Even as you look at the sun, eh? Or an airplane high in the sky, your consciousness is there. With no distance. Can you find that? Can you see the truth of that? That's another depth of silent awareness, where you can experience yourself as omnipresent. reality, not as a concept. It's always been your experience. Yeah. And that's a nice thing from teachings. I take you by the hand and lead you to yourself. As everything. Yeah. Because you are all pervading. As a fact, eh? Great expansion, huh? Yeah. Yeah. Why I am smiling, huh? That's another aspect of great perfection called bliss, joy. And everybody has that, eh? When you have followed my suggestions, you can feel it for yourself. That aliveness, the warmth, the contentment, undestroyable contentment, in the great perfection of silent awareness. It's all available. Just be still. The old mystic Christian Meister Eckhart, when you read his text, sometimes it can be difficult to understand, but at the end he says, it all comes down on be still. More is not needed. And that's true. I gladly empathize, also a difficult word to pronounce, that it is you, that it is nothing special, nothing difficult. Be still and you can find everything I say. Just try it again and again and again. I've written a book in Dutch, and now I am translating it. I shall read a few parts of it. What a beautiful man is true for everyone. Nobody is more beautiful, better or valuable than another. Who can see that? Our daily life seems so different. It's full of preferences and reactions. Clear and deep looking goes beyond all judgments. Only then the perfect manifestation of reality is recognized. The seeing of perfection is not passivity. Perfection includes change, evolution, revolution, social action, and even politics. Enlightened action is in any act, although it usually remains hidden when you are unaware. In the seeing of perfection, your actions are illuminated with clarity and wisdom. True humbleness is based on seeing the perfection in everything. Philosophical, this statement is impossible. But as you look directly in your experience, a yellow grain of sand looks like a nugget of gold. And the present moment always feels like the highest good. When the falsity is seen, at first thoughts arouse the laughter of liberation. In realizing this oneness, there is no feeling any better between this and that, between you and others. This is the all-pervading humility of perfection. Love broke apart into countless pieces. From that moment on, each piece thought that it was less or more beloved. And in the confusion that arose, it seemed to be true. Our task is it to see the reality of the true nature of perfection. It seems paradoxically, but clearly see and recognize my own shortcomings is the beginning of seeing true perfection. A failure does not need to be transformed into something that looks better. Change happens spontaneously. It's the nature of things. Seeing the hidden perfection of imperfection is much more fundamental, which is also the power of self-liberation. There is no fault in imperfection. Imperfection is like a crooked tree, which is at its best thanks to its crookedness. Reality. We cannot react it without being blind. Do you feel like a beginner? Glorious. We all are. Okay, that's that's my book. In the translation it will be called At Ease at the Well. With another title, Praxis of the Natural State. Michiel Slegten. That's my name. I think in this year, 2016, it will be ready as an e-book, and you can find it on my website. michielslegten.nl. My name met .nl erachter. Okay. I will go a little bit further. Let's see in my notes. Okay. We have talked about consciousness and form are one. Experience is realization. Integration is liberation. A few more words to that. Integration is liberation. So we are all beginners, eh? With realization, the integration will start. With being silent, the integration has started. So you head towards liberation. Life itself will know itself in everything, as the truth of reality of your experience, experienced in silent awareness. So that's the process to liberation. And everything what is seen in that stillness can be cured, can be seen as holy, experienced as holy, and will be, so you will transformed in holy. Not truly transformed because it is already. So when you take time, the chains of everything, time is chains, you can see that the present moment is more beautiful. Always. It's the only thing you have, huh? So it must be. Life itself. It feels always comforting, loving. But that you can find when you are still, huh? On this moment. So liberation is life that sees itself as perfect, as holy, as love, as freedom. And you are that. Your old problems are becoming old problems. Instantly when you are aware, silent aware. Most of my teachings I explain it and give it more words on a practical, thought-based manner. But now I want to go inwards and look more deeply and closely to the experience of the present moment. Can you find that there is no change? Sometimes I close my eyes, that is, I can look more closely. What is there? What is this? And can I find that there is no change? Change is a thought-based thing, isn't it? It's comparing, it's memory. In reality, everything only is. That's your experience too. Yeah. Everything is as it is. Exactly this. Are you going inward? Are you feeling? It's necessary. In thought-based, it's totally nonsense what I am telling, eh? Realize it now. There's no change. It's a miracle. What is? Okay, the next. See if you can find that there is no beginning and no end. It's just now, just what it is. No beginning. It's like you can compare it with a movie. 1 second, 30 pictures or more, 100 pictures. No beginning, no end. It's like one picture. Exactly now, always. With no beginning and no end. And you can find the beginning and the end too. And that's also a manifestation in consciousness, like the present of a knowing and continuation of the past, the present and the future. Yeah. That knowing arising in this moment, and then you got beginning and ends. Here and there, past and future, all manifestations of thought-based comparing. Rational intelligence. And that is also present in your consciousness, in your awareness. That's the true reality. Every thought is a reality. His expression, his story is a story. Okay. Also very important to see the reality of thoughts. The story is coming up in consciousness. That's it. and you notice all things when you are silent aware. And then you can also find that everything is a dream. It has to be because of the union of consciousness and form. The consciousness part, what is not a separate part, the consciousness part is the realization of everything is a dream. Life is a dream. Can you find that too in your experience? Not thought-based, but as a realization, a true realization of the reality from this moment. That it is more than dreamlike, it is a dream. When you give words to your... When I give words to my experience, I've already said it has the aspect of a miracle. It's totally alive. It's changing and non-changing all the time. It's totally unique. Every, always, eternal. Now. It's going for, I feel my body a lot. Thoughts are coming and going, are there and are not there, more exactly. Because my body is moving constantly, the seeing is totally different every moment. It's a mix of all your sense perceptions and forms of knowing. It's like a three-dimensional movie. And I am every part of it. So, is that a dream or is that not a dream? You can first find it is dreamlike. And then you can realize it's because the dreamlike is reality, it's most real what you can find. The dreamlike must be a dream. And the reality at the same time. in the great perfection of silent awareness, you find that the reality is a dream and that the dream is real. Yeah. Now, I want to say a few words about reincarnation. Because I am a student of Dzogchen, the Bon Dzogchen. My teacher, Lobon Tenzin Namdak, has given me many beautiful teachings. So the reincarnation is a central point in the Tibetan Buddhism. And there's a lot of confusion and misunderstanding about reincarnation. When you are in reality live, how can there be a reincarnation? You are not a separate individual. The reality of your experience is that you are everything what's arising in life, in consciousness. That's your real realization. And everything else is a story. So how can there be a reincarnation? Life exists as an endless call it building blocks. The present moment, the now, is made of endless building blocks. So that's reincarnation. Always happening, never ending. So your father and mother are present in the now, even if their body is dead. They are your building blocks. Everything what is experienced is omnipresent, always existing. And at the same time it is one with everything, there's always evolving. At the same time that it exists, that every experience exists exactly as it is being experienced ever, at the same time that experience is the building blocks of everything and is transforming, changing in the now. So that's the framework to understand reincarnation. So when the Dalai Lama is passing away, has been passed away several times, what happens? All his present capacities, experience, memories are still there. And the consciousness of every aspect is alive after death. So the compassion of the Dalai Lama, that aspect of his experience, can be directed after death. And who is doing that? It's the experience itself that it does, not a soul. Soul is another word for aliveness of life itself, of that aspect of life. And that is so his talent for compassion, his experience of that is directed into a newborn life as a baby. And not only that, all the capacities of the building blocks of all Dalai Lamas are directed into a new life. Let me call that reincarnation. It's a totally new person. That baby is a mix of his parents, the place where it lived, and the culture, and etc., etc., etc. Completely new, with all talents, you can say. Yeah. Yeah. And the Buddhist monks can track this incarnation and find the child and raise it to a new Dalai Lama. No individual is needed for that. We can do it right now. In fact, you are doing it right now. While you're listening to this talk, there's coming so much into your consciousness. That's the unity of everything. And it feels holy. The present moment always feels whole and holy. Can you find that too? Some people call it love, some people call it freedom. Compassion, equanimity, joy, clarity, everything you can find in the great perfection of silent awareness. Freedom, I want to say something about that. Free will. So much discussion about free will. What is it? Does it exist? When you go in, you notice immediately that everything goes spontaneous. Everything arises spontaneous. There's no one doing it. Life does do it, you can say. I am doing that. I am life. What is freedom? What is free will? Forget a separate individual. Forget that. What is freedom? Go in and see what you find. That's freedom. Freedom is a concept, a way of looking. Just in the same way you can find love in everything. You can find freedom in everything. It's life going its way. And when there is less and less and less blockage, the expression of life becomes more beautiful. That's free choice. Free choice is always given, with blockages or without blockages. The expression is different. With blockages, it looks ugly, it feels painful. It looks like conflict and stress. How nice and gentle is that for life to give us such a strong calling up, to wake up. So free will has two expressions. Its ugly face and its beautiful face. Freedom is always given. Free will is always there. But with our living of coming from the thought-based conceptual world, the beautiful expression we most likely see it as the result of free choice, freedom. A flower is one of the most clear expressions of free will. The freedom of nature itself.